Hey guys, it's Rich with your Monday spot on the Pagan Perspective. This week's topic is prophetic or inspired writing. This week's topic comes from Cody, who writes, I was wondering your opinions on prophetic or inspired writings. What has me asking is Liber Legis, but I know many have never read it. If you have read it or find some interest in reading it, that would be great. In addition to, or otherwise, any other prophetic or inspired writings, like the biblical Isaiah, Daniel, etc., various orally past tribal prophecies, Edward Casey, Homer, or modern automatic writing. Also, I recognize that prophetic and inspired are not the same thing. I lump them together because many books that are one are also the other, and I didn't want to leave the oddball out. If you just want to ramble about inspiration for 10 minutes, like the idea of the Muse, that would be great too. Sincerely, thank you, Cody. Okay, Cody, hopefully I don't ramble for 10 minutes, hoping for a spark of inspiration. That usually does not end well and usually ends up me just throwing out the entire video. Prophetic writings or inspired writings, these really do intrigue me. Something where somebody goes into a meditative state and is inspired either by somebody that's deceased, a hired being, be it a deity or a spirit guide, what have you. Inspired writings really interest me. In fact, there's I can't even remember the book. It was, I believe, back in the 30s, where the automatic writing of the author, and somebody probably in the comments will tell me which book this is, but basically the author channeled her father and wrote down everything that was being dictated to her through her father. And I can't remember the name of the book, and I can't remember the name of the author, and I've wanted to read this book for years, but never actually got around to even getting the book. So, but as far as inspired writings, I find them very interesting. And actually, you can do sort of your own inspired writing with the tarot, which is one thing that I'm working on. I like to do short stories every once in a while. I just get that itch to create some sort of fantasy realm. Not necessarily, it's more of a realistic fantasy realm. So one thing that I've done recently is I take the tarot and I basically make a plot line and I tell a story. You can do the same thing with Lenormand if you are somebody who reads Lenormand. I haven't had much luck with it. I'm trying, but the tarot just comes so much easier to me, and I was able to basically get my character's entire baseline of what their story is. And you can do that for every chapter. You can do that for just one solid story. You know, possibilities are endless. So if that's something that interests you, it's actually quite fun to do. So I would suggest doing that as a form of inspired writing that you may want to try if you are a writer, especially if you are a fiction type writer like I am. I like to just create a story and let it develop. So that may be one way that you want to develop your storytelling skills. I may actually in the future just sit down and tell a story with the tarot and not actually have it be a reading for an individual. I may actually put it on camera and whatnot and then upload it to YouTube on my personal channel. So we just tell a little story. It's almost like a campfire thing. But in my mind, that would be considered a type of inspired writing because it is inspired by the archetypes and the impressions that you get from the tarot. So your main character actually develops from there. As far as prophetic type of writings, yeah, some of them are quite scary to me. Like insanely accurate type scary, not like spooky scary. Well, some of them are spooky scary too. But I find them kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they hit the nail on the head. And that just kind of weirds me out a little. I know that I did a tarot reading recently that, although it wasn't prophetic, it was weirdly accurate, like insanely accurate, and yeah, it kind of weirded me out just a little bit that I was that accurate, and I mean, and that's not to toot my own horn or anything. I just want to make that clear. It's not tooting my own horn. It's just that it kind of made me a little, oh my gosh, I can't believe I wish I wasn't that accurate because of some of the things that have actually happened in this person's life. But, it was impactful to that person, and I'm glad that I was able to give that type of reassurance to that person, the message that was coming through on that reading. So something like that's prophetic kind of like is scary accurate. I see the same with any prophetic writing, whether it be Nostradamus or biblical or Edward Casey. I find them weirdly accurate and kind of scary accurate. And I can't believe that some of the things coincided that precisely, that the prophecy was actually a true prophecy. So overall, looking at prophetic and inspired type of writings, not really my go-to type of genres whenever I'm reading for leisure. If I read for pleasure, a lot of times it's fiction, and while they may be inspired type of writings, it's not immediately revealed to me that, yes, this was an inspired type of writing. It's more of, hey, this is a piece of fiction, I enjoy it, it's an escape from reality, so that is something that I do enjoy. As far as prophecy type of writings, like I said, they kind of scare me just enough that I don't want to actually read it, because some of it's not good prophecy. Some of it's, that doom and gloom stuff that I don't necessarily want to have in the back of my mind. Oh my gosh, is this what's going to happen? Is it happening soon? Is it happening now? What's happening next? That type of thing. Sometimes I like to be surprised, which takes me again to the tarot. Sometimes I don't do a tarot reading. I know some people do tarot readings for themselves, once a week or something like that. Sometimes I don't even want to consult the tarot on something because I like to be surprised. I do enjoy being surprised at the next thing that comes in my life. To me, it's kind of the spice of life for me. So, as far as inspired or prophetic writings in general, they intrigue me. With prophetic writings, not really my thing, but inspired writings can be, depending on what they are. They do intrigue me. Okay, I'm rambling now. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope this has been helpful. I hope it gave some people things to think about, different things to use in their writing skills and whatnot, if that's something that you enjoy doing. As a reminder, I will be in Seattle on the 2nd of March. If you guys would like to meet up, have a meal, have a drink, just hang out and have a witchy talk, go ahead and email me. My email is below. So go ahead and email me, and we will set up a time that we can all get together and, as a group, just have fun. So if that's something that you want to do and you are in the Seattle area, do let me know. Again, email in the bottom bar right there. Anyway, next week is Subs Week, and I will be back in March. Again, these videos might be pre-recorded and uploaded, so you might see me in transition or something like that. Keep in touch on my personal channel because I will be posting videos on there. And keep in touch with me on Twitter. Again, link is below to my Twitter feed. I will be tweeting a lot of what's going on, where I'm going to be, and things that are going to be happening. So go ahead and connect with me on Twitter as well. With all that being said, I hope until March you guys all have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.